You've tried the planners, the timers, the productivity hacks, and maybe they kind of worked until they didn't. Because when you have ADHD, executive function struggles aren't just about time management or focus. There's so much more happening under the surface. And today, we're going to talk about three critical pieces that are missing from most ADHD advice, especially for high achieving women like you. These are the things that explain why your brain seems to betray you when you need it most, and what you can actually do to finally feel like you're moving forward again. I'm Jen Barnes, ADHD success coach and longtime mental health professional, and this is what I wish someone had told me 15 years ago. Let's talk about what's really going wrong with executive function and what no one else is saying. When you're stuck in fight, flight, freeze, or even shutdown, your brain is in survival mode. And when survival is the priority, your executive function shuts down. That means all those skills we try to work on, like focus, motivation, task initiation, emotion regulation, aren't actually accessible. Not because you're lazy, not because you're unmotivated or because you suck, but because your nervous system literally doesn't think it's safe enough to prioritize those things. So if your go-to strategy is to push through with more pressure, more self-blame, or more caffeine, you're reinforcing the stress cycle instead of escaping it. So what helps instead? Building in daily nervous system regulation in a way that actually works for your ADHD brain. Not just bubble baths or breath work you forget to do. I'm talking about sensory regulation. Swinging, weighted blankets, walking barefoot outside, movement-based calming, slow walks, rocking, yoga, sure, breath work if you'll do it, as well as micro doses of safety like journaling, music, connection with someone safe. Start with something small and doable. You're not failing if you can't meditate for 30 minutes. Even 3 minutes of nervous system support can be enough to shift you out of survival mode and back into access. Dopamine. So you need more dopamine, but not the kind you think. ADHD brains are dopamine hungry, but it's not about chasing quick hits through doom scrolling or crisis mode productivity. It's about cultivating a baseline of sustainable dopamine so your brain has enough fuel to start and follow through on what matters. So how do we do that? There are two powerful research-backed ways. Number one, daily-ish movement, at least 30 minutes a day. Not punishment, not perfection, just consistent movement that your brain finds interesting. That could be dance breaks between Zoom calls, walking meetings, a solo dance party in your kitchen, a new class, sport, or playlist that brings a spark of novelty or fun. Start small, because even 10 minutes is better than no minute. Build from there. Next, cultivate gratitude. Not the toxic positivity kind with like fake affirmation. I'm talking about training your brain to notice what is working, to shift the filter from threat to possibility. A quick practice I use is in the morning, name 3 things that felt good. Big or small. This could be in the morning or evening for you. This might be a cozy sweater, a moment of connection, the fact that you paused for a breath before reacting. This trains your brain to seek positive reinforcement as well as find joy throughout your life instead of scanning for failure, which builds long-term resilience and motivation. It's not just habits, it's hidden emotional load. This is the part no one talks about. So many smart, high-achieving ADHD women come to me and say, why can't I just do the thing? I know what to do, and it would take only a few minutes if I just did it. They also say, I've read the books, I've taken the courses, I can hold it together for others, but not myself. Or I've made all these achievements, but all of a sudden things aren't working anymore. And what I see over and over again is that what's blocking them isn't just the task. It's the invisible emotional load beneath it. Fear, doubt, shame, insecurity. often buried under years of achievement, perfectionism, people pleasing, and masking to the point where you may not even notice that you feel this way. If deep down you're feeling afraid of failing or disappointing someone or finding out that you're not good enough or you're too much, your brain will stall, procrastinate, freeze. This is where the inner work becomes essential. And you don't have to do it all alone. Sometimes that means working with a coach like me. Sometimes it means therapy. Sometimes it just means starting with a journal prompt like, what am I afraid might happen if I actually succeed? What am I concerned would happen if I did the thing? When you lean in with curiosity, uncover, and then gently work through these subconscious blocks, things start to move. Not just on the outside, but internally, where it really matters. So how do you actually implement these 3 game changers without it becoming another overwhelming list? Here's your ADHD-friendly plan. Start with one tiny, non-intimidating shift. 5 minutes of movement, 1 moment of gratitude, a short body doubling session, a check-in with someone who you find safe or safe enough. That's enough to begin. Make it interesting. Your brain loves novelty, creativity, connection, challenge. Add music. Track your streaks. Invite a friend. Use color. Gamify it. Be compassionate and flexible. It's not about doing it right or having this rigid structure because that can feel like a cage. It's about staying in relationship with yourself. Keep showing up for yourself in small, imperfect ways. You don't need to fix yourself. You're not broken. You need to understand your brain, work with it, and gently build the habits and support that unlock your true potential. And if this resonated, I have a free guide that walks you through how to do just that. It's called the 5-Step Taskmaster Plan, and you can grab it below in the description. And if you want more support from someone who actually gets how ADHD shows up in real life, not just on a checklist, check out my program Ascend. It's a high-touch program where we do real work together. You've got this, and I'm always here cheering for you. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.